The Formula One world has been rocked once again by a new development that has the potential to significantly alter the course of this season's competition. Ahead of the crucial Miami round, the FIA officially issued a technical clarification that directly impacts the performance of the Mercedes-AMG Petronas Formula One team. The clarification essentially prohibits the use of an engine power management method that had long been suspected of being one of the German team's hidden advantages. This decision did not come out of the blue. In recent races, several rival teams have begun to question Mercedes' surge in performance, particularly on the straights. Telemetry data observed by rival teams revealed an unusual pattern, where Mercedes cars were able to generate additional acceleration at certain points that were difficult to explain solely from the standard engine configuration. Some in the paddock believe Mercedes is exploiting a loophole in the regulations regarding the hybrid unit's energy recovery and power distribution system. This system, which technically falls within a gray area of the rules, allows them to optimize power output for a short time, particularly when exiting corners onto long straights. In the context of modern Formula One racing, which relies heavily on energy efficiency, even small advantages like this can make a big difference in on-track duels. The FIA, the governing body, finally intervened after receiving numerous formal inquiries from rival teams, including Scuderia Ferrari. Through a new technical directive, the FIA clarified the limitations of the system's use and effectively closed a previously exploited loophole. While there was no explicit statement that Mercedes violated the previous rules, the implication of this decision was clear: the method would no longer be permitted from the next race. The impact on Mercedes is expected to be significant. Without the ability to generate the instant power surges it once had, their car could potentially lose its top speed advantage, especially on tracks that rely on long straights like Miami. This would undoubtedly impact their race strategy, both in terms of overtaking and defending against attacks. This situation becomes even more interesting when it comes to Lewis Hamilton's position. The British driver is known as one of the most adaptable to changing technical conditions. Throughout his career, Hamilton has repeatedly demonstrated that he can extract maximum performance even when his car is not in top condition. However, losing a technical advantage remains a significant challenge, especially amidst increasingly fierce competition. Ferrari, on the other hand, is in a very advantageous position. Since the start of the season, they have demonstrated a competitive overall package, but have often been inferior in straight-line speed to Mercedes. With this ban, that gap is expected to narrow, and could even turn into an advantage for Ferrari. This presents a significant opportunity for them to improve their standings and put pressure on the dominance of the other top teams. This momentum also has a psychological impact that cannot be ignored. In racing, team confidence plays a crucial role in determining the final outcome. When a team feels they are on par with, or even superior to, their main rivals, their approach to race strategy tends to be more aggressive and confident. However, Ferrari must remain cautious. The benefits of regulation changes will only be meaningful if they can execute the race perfectly. Mistakes in pit stop strategy, tire management, or team communication can quickly wipe out a previously gained advantage. In recent seasons, Ferrari has missed several major opportunities due to operational errors, and they certainly don't want to repeat that. Beyond Mercedes and Ferrari, attention is also focused on Red Bull Racing. This team is known for its quick response to regulation changes, and often finds innovative solutions in a short time. If they manage to capitalize on this situation better than others, it's possible they'll actually be the ones who benefit the most overall. The Miami race itself has unique characteristics. The circuit combines technical areas with several long straights that demand optimal aerodynamic efficiency and engine power. With the regulation changes, each team's approach to car setup will likely undergo significant adjustments. The team that can find the best balance between downforce and top speed will have a greater chance of being competitive. In a broader context, this FIA decision, this reaffirms the unique dynamic of Formula One, where technical innovation always goes hand in hand with regulatory oversight. Every time a team finds a new way to gain an advantage, regulators strive to ensure that the competition remains fair and balanced. This process creates a cycle that continuously drives technological development while maintaining the integrity of the competition. History shows that even small changes in regulations can have a major impact on the course of a season. In many cases, the team that adapts most quickly is the one that ultimately emerges victorious. Therefore, the primary focus ahead of Miami is not only on who has the fastest car, but also on who is best prepared for the changes. For Mercedes, this is a true test of the depth of their engineering capabilities. The team has a reputation for innovation and adaptation. Despite losing a crucial element of their performance, it's possible they have prepared alternative solutions that can compensate for this deficiency. The question is whether these solutions are mature enough to be immediately implemented in the next race. Meanwhile, Ferrari has a golden opportunity to capitalize on this situation as a turning point in the season. If they can translate their technical advantage into tangible results on the track, this could be a crucial momentum in their quest to return to the top. However, the pressure will also increase, as expectations on their performance will be even higher. The driver's role will also be a determining factor. In conditions where the difference in car performance is smaller, individual ability to manage the race, read the situation, and make decisions at crucial moments will be crucial. Drivers like Hamilton, with their experience and exceptional racing instincts, still have the potential to make a difference, even in less than ideal circumstances. With all these factors at play, the Miami race is now one of the most anticipated rounds of the season. Not only because of the on-track competition, but also because of the long-term implications of the recently implemented regulation changes. The outcome of this race could be an early indicator of how the power structure will develop in the next few rounds. Ultimately, Formula One is always about adaptation. The team that can read changes faster, make the right decisions, and execute their strategy perfectly will have the advantage. The ban on Mercedes engine tricks may be just one part of the story, but its impact could be felt throughout the season. When the starting lights go out in Miami, the world's attention will be on how each team responds to this new situation. Will Mercedes be able to recover without the advantage they've relied on, or will Ferrari seize the momentum? The answer will soon be revealed on the track, in a battle that will test not only speed but also cunning and mental fortitude. One thing is certain, this FIA decision has added a new layer of drama to an already tense season. And as always in Formula One, every change opens up new opportunities and challenges. Big news rocked the Formula One world after Lewis Hamilton completed an intense test session with Scuderia Ferrari at the legendary private Fiorano circuit. What initially seemed like just another test program has now become a major story with the potential to change the landscape of the season. From the first day, the atmosphere at Fiorano was different. There was no extravagance or excessive celebration, just the complete focus of the entire Ferrari crew. Hamilton arrived ahead of schedule, spent long hours in the garage, spoke directly with the engineers, and even studied telemetry data in depth before actually hitting the track. This wasn't just a test, it was a complete adaptation process between the world champion driver and one of the most legendary teams in Formula One. When the car finally emerged from the pit lane, all eyes were on how Hamilton would respond to Ferrari's character, which in recent seasons has been known to be quite finicky. However, the opposite was true. In the first few laps, Hamilton looked remarkably smooth, making almost no major steering corrections. His renowned precise driving style seemed to instantly suit the latest evolution of the Ferrari car. But the real story began once the session entered the long-run phase. This is where the hidden advantage began to emerge. Ferrari appears to have found the balance they've been searching for, a combination of stability in fast corners and exceptional traction exiting slow ones. Hamilton, with his experience and racing instincts, is gradually exploring the car's limits. Surprisingly, the performance gains didn't come instantly. Lap times were competitive from the start, but not the most striking. But the longer Hamilton spent on track, the more it became clear that the car had a lively character. Every small setup change immediately produced a significant response, allowing Hamilton to refine performance lap after lap. Sources within the team stated that one of Ferrari's main focuses in this latest development was weight distribution and aerodynamic efficiency at mid to high speeds. The result is a car that is not only fast but also consistent, something that has often been a weakness for Ferrari in the past. And in Hamilton's hands, this character seems to have been truly maximized. There was one moment that was said to be a turning point in the test session. In a long race simulation, Hamilton managed to set a series of remarkably stable laps, with significantly lower tire degradation than initially expected. This was a strong indicator that Ferrari may have solved one of their biggest problems: tire management. Hamilton himself seemed to grow in confidence with each return to the track. His body language in the cockpit changed, more aggressive, bolder, yet still controlled. He began taking more extreme racing lines, braking deeper, and opening the throttle more quickly. All of this indicated one thing: he was beginning to trust the car completely. Radio communications between Hamilton and the team also provided an interesting glimpse. There was none of the frustration or confusion often heard in the past when drivers adapt to a new car. Instead, their conversations were filled with sharp and specific technical discussions. Hamilton even gave direct instructions on setup changes several times, something that usually only happens when a driver truly understands the car. On the other side of the garage, Ferrari's engineers appeared increasingly optimistic. The data they were collecting showed not only increased speed, but also a consistency that had previously been elusive. They saw something different, not just a better car, but a perfect combination of engine, chassis, and driver. What made this situation even more interesting was the fact that Ferrari's superiority was not very visible from the outside. There were no flashy innovations that immediately caught the public's attention. But that was precisely where its strength lay. This is a superiority hidden in the details, in how the car responds, in how the tires behave, and in the driver's ability to extract maximum performance without overexerting himself. For rivals, this is a serious warning sign. Because if Ferrari has truly found the right formula, they won't just be competitive, they could dominate in certain conditions. And with Hamilton behind the wheel, this threat becomes even more real. Toward the end of the test session, Hamilton put in a few final push laps that were widely considered a true indication of the car's full potential. Without the pressure of competition, he was able to set highly competitive times in a way that seemed almost effortless. It's not just about speed, but how that speed is achieved, by control, precision, and utter confidence. Now, a big question is emerging in the Formula One paddock. Is this the beginning of a new era for Ferrari? Or is it just a glimmer of hope that will be severely tested?
I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. identity, it's mind over